Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And it is another pool day. I'm getting ready to go up to the pool here in just a little bit. It is 90 degrees in Indianapolis. It is full sunshine, and I talked to my neighbor about going to the pool, and then one of my other neighbors that lives right by the pool, she was walking by, and I said, is there anybody? She goes, there's nobody at the pool. I go, there's not one person. She goes, there's nobody at the pool. By the time I get up there, there will probably be 300 kids. But anyway, so I'm filming a couple videos, and then I'm going to go to the pool, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to maybe film a couple more videos. We'll just kind of see. We'll just kind of see how it goes. Just play it by ear today. So I wanted to get on here, kind of get a little relaxed and chill for the day ahead and read some meditation. So I wanted to go in here. You know what? I haven't read Journey to the Heart for a while. So let's go into Journey to the Heart. And today is June 13th. And let's see what she has to say today in Journey to the Heart. This one is kind of more of like oh, it's a long one today too. This is kind of more of a, actually the one from yesterday looks like it's something I really need to hear. So I might read yesterday's and then go into today's. But these are more kind of like stories woven into meditations. If that's something that you would like more, then you would definitely probably like Journey to the Heart more. I like both of them. Sometimes, well, the reason why I like the language of letting go so much, other than it being a sister book to Codependent No More, is that it's very direct and like what it says and what I need to hear for that day. Okay, so yesterday's from June 12th is Recharge Your Battery, which is something like I feel like I need to do right now. So let's read this. June 12th, Recharge Your Battery. Rest when you're tired. Take a break when life stales. Take time to recharge your battery. Energy isn't something you have, it's something you are. To give and give and give, to put out without taking in, depletes your battery. It drains you, runs you down. Running on a low battery is no longer necessary because now we know how to live differently. Taking time to rest, renew, and refresh yourself isn't wasted time. Recharge. Choose what energizes you. Nature, a song, the voice of a friend, a nap, a hot bath, a cup of tea, the pool. It doesn't say that. A favorite program, a movie that makes you laugh or cry, a walk, a run, a prayer, a poem. A book that speaks to your soul. Actions that emerge from an energized source are easier. Go further, accomplish more, let your work and love come from a vital spirit. I love that. It's interesting because I'm somebody that knows that I need to recharge my battery, and even though I know it, I kind of like am so resistant to it, you know? I'm like the kid that can't go to sleep before Christmas morning and is so excited. Like, I'm always kind of like that for the next day. And, you know, I feel like I wake up and I'm offered a new day. And so I'm like so excited about filming videos and going to the pool and reading books and taking a walk and watching my shows at night and all this kind of stuff. And so it's like I try to like cram everything I possibly can in, you know? I mean, watching shows is obviously resting, you know, reading is resting and things like that. But I try to like cram as much as I possibly can into a day. And I have a really, really hard time just not doing anything for a day, you know? Like I said, it's 90 degrees outside. I'm going to go to the pool today. And I actually thought last night, I thought, just wake up tomorrow and just go to the pool. Don't, like, film any videos or anything. And I can't do it, because I wake up and I'm like, but no, like, I want to film videos. And now that I've sat here and I filmed first my weight loss journey on my Peter Does Stuff channel, and now I'm filming this one, and I'm thinking, okay, I can get one more in before I go to the pool, because I have a BookTube video that I want to do. And so it's like, maybe I should do that, and I probably will before I go to the pool, and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to just, like, be like, okay, I'm not going to do anything today. It's interesting because years ago, I used to say in my vlog that my husband would sit around on like a weekend and he would binge watch a show like 6, 8, 10 episodes, right? And I was so jealous because I didn't have the patience for that. I didn't have the patience to just sit and watch a show for, you know, 6 to 8 hours in a row. And he would do that, and he would make no excuses for it. He wouldn't say, like, is there something you want to do? He'd just relax. Like, you know, he'd worked his week, he would just relax. And I always just really, really enjoyed it. And so now I can do that. Now I can sit and I can just like last night I watched a bunch of Survivor. I finished season 2 of Survivor. I'm going back and watching all of them. And I can do that. But my husband comes home from work, and for like the 2 hours that he gets home from work, he lays in bed and he texts his friends and his family and he watches TikToks. I'm not a big TikTok person, but he just rolls through the TikToks and he laughs and he pets Boo Radley the whole time. And he's just present, right? Like, and I have such a hard time doing that. Like, just clocking out. I feel like even like if you saw me while I'm like, when I'm done filming videos, like while I'm rendering them or uploading them to the computer, right? Like I'm in the kitchen and I'm like unloading a dishwasher, or I'm running down the basement, I'm folding towels. And then when that's done, I come back up and like I switch the videos out and I'm uploading another video. And then as that's going on, like I'm cleaning the kitchen, I'm changing the sheets on the bed. It's like I'm constantly doing stuff, right? And I've been like that ever since I was a little kid. I have a really hard time just kind of, you know, saying, okay, no more today. And actually, but this was probably like 2 months ago now, I was in a therapy session one day, and I was so tired. I was like just absolutely exhausted in this therapy session. And my therapist said to me, he goes, well, what if you just didn't film any videos today? And I was like, what? And because I love doing it, but at the same time, when I start it, I have a hard time stopping it. So sometimes I don't stop till like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And so he was like, what if you just didn't film any videos today? And I said to him, are you telling me that you think that I need to take a day off? And he was like, do you need me to tell you to take a day off? And I was like, I think I might need you to tell me to take a day. He's like, okay, then I need you to take the day off and not film any videos today. And like, even hearing that was like so hard for me, right? Like it was so hard for me. I can remember back in the day when I was sick, I would never call in sick to work because I always felt like if I called in sick, then somebody else had to pick up all the other stuff that I had to do. And I can remember, you know, going in and talking to my supervisor and being like, okay, once I do this and once I do that and I, you know, go to this meeting, can I go home because I don't feel well? And she's like, if you're sick, why did you come in? And I just don't feel well, but I think that I can make it through the better part of the morning. I just don't want anybody have to, pick up 2 responsibilities because I'm not here. And she was like, if you don't feel well, just stay home. And when I left there, I think I had accrued something like six weeks of sick time that I didn't get paid for, I didn't take with me or anything, because I just never used it. I never had any sick time, I never used it. So I was always just saving it in case I needed it. And, I have a hard time. And it's interesting because it's not like, both of my parents had pretty strong work ethics. Well, definitely my dad. But it wasn't like I was somebody that like in school and stuff like that, I never had that like work ethic, right? And I don't even think it's about work ethic, in all honesty. I think it's just about once I get started, I can't stop stuff. So, yeah, I think the idea of recharging my battery is good. I think for me, it's different. Like, naps are a way for me to recharge my battery. I do try to take a nap every single day because it's a way for my mind and everything just to shut off. Like, my naps for me are a way that I recharge my battery. Like, people laugh about it all the time. Like, in my personal life and online, everywhere, people laugh about me taking he takes a nap every day. Well, that's my way to recharge myself. I can remember growing up, my cousin's dad, my Uncle Dave, my cousin Caroline, her dad, like, we would be at, like, Thanksgiving, and, like, we would be, like, done with dinner, and everybody would, like, clearing the dishes and stuff, and he'd be like, okay, I'm going to take a nap. There'd be, like, 20 people there, and he'd be like, I'm going to take a nap, and he would go in the bedroom with the dog, he always slept with a fan, turn on the fan, and take a nap, and I loved that, right? And so, for me, my naps are very important. That is definitely one way that I do recharge myself. So, I think it's a really good question to ask yourself, like, are you taking time to recharge yourself and stuff like that? So yeah, it's a good question. Okay, good meditation. Let's read the next one. Trust the process, June 13th, trust the process of growth. Be patient with yourself. It takes time to work out issues, to work through things. It takes time to learn lessons. The more important the lesson, the longer the cycle to work it out and work it through. We may live in a technical age, but our souls aren't technical. Wow, listen to that line for a second. We may live in a technical age, but our souls aren't technical. Relate that to cell phones for a second. We might live in a cellular age, but our souls are not cellular phones. That's powerful. They're still connected to nature. We grow and change as nature does. Learn her ways. Study her seasons and cycles. And know those same seasons and cycles are in each of us. The process of change is like planting a seed and watching it grow and bloom into a flower. What are you trying to develop? A project? A change in yourself? If there's something new you're learning, trying to do? Are you trying to adjust to a major change in your life? Is there an old habit you're struggling to let go of? A love relationship or friendship you're hoping to begin or attempting to end? Each stage of the process of growth and change is important. From those first moments when we see the idea or the change begins, to those long moments of nurturing and nourishing the idea, each stage counts. Is there a change in your life that's begun, one you've started to notice? Are you thinking about it a lot, talking about it a lot, but not quite ready to take action? That stage is important too. You're nurturing and nourishing the seeds of change. It takes time for nature to change things into what they're becoming. It takes time for things to develop. Be patient with yourself in life. Trust the process of growth. Wow, what a powerful message, especially on the heels of just doing my weight loss update, you know, which for me is definitely like this growth that I'm going through and learning things every week. And some weeks I gain weight and some weeks I lose weight and whatever. And, you know, it's so interesting that and I've always known this, that whatever you're doing, a project, writing a book, building a house, you know, going to school, weight loss journey, whatever you're doing, it's all like you're on this journey. And I love that word. Somebody commented on that, the word journey. I loved what they said in the comment section of my Peter Does Stuff video last week for my weight loss journey. But, you know, and I've said this a lot over here. I remember years ago, do you remember they would always say, it's not the journey, it's the destination? Remember you would start hearing that? It's not the journey, it's the destination. And I loved that, right? Like, it's not the destination. I can't remember what they said. But anyway, but then I remember I was watching this ad on TV, and it was for Pathfinder, the car Pathfinder, Nissan Pathfinder, and it said the journey is the destination. And they like changed that. And I remember, I was like, oh my God, I love that so much. The journey is the destination. And once I really started thinking about that, like, I hear these things, I know this is so silly, but like, I hear these things, and then like, I take them in, you know, and I really think about them. And when I really thought about it, I was like, it's so true though, right? Like, how many of us start off on one goal, and we never really meet that final destination, you know? And it's like, once you do, it's like dream a bigger dream, you know? Once you've reached the top of the mountain, find a bigger mountain to climb, you know? That's what life is really all about, right? Charlie Brown. And so, you know, but that's the truth though, that like the journey is the destination. You know, I've said for years, like, if your dream is that you want to be in a major motion picture or win an Academy Award, you know, start off small in your own town and you know, take an acting class, or, you know, join community theater and get involved in community theater. You might never get that major motion picture role or win an Oscar, but you might. You might end up winning an Oscar one day. You might be in a major motion picture that you've always wanted to be in, or a TV show that you've always wanted to be in. But along the way, you know, imagine all the friends and the great times that you've had while you've done community theater or taken acting classes, and the people you've met along the way, the people that you've shared common interests with and things like that, you know? One of the greatest things I ever did years ago was that I started on my BookTube channel this book club. And at the time, I really didn't know what it would be. Like, I just was like, okay, we're going to read all these, like, kind of like these cult fiction novels, like Valley of the Dolls and My Sweet Audrina by V.C. Andrews and whatever. And I think it was like 2 or 3 months into doing it when my friend Mel reached out to me, and she was like, do you want me to help you, like, handle, like, the back end of this stuff and whatever? And I was like, and I was kind of hesitant at first because, you know, I, you know, hadn't been on YouTube that long and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I guess, sure. And so we talked on the phone, and we had so much in common about books and whatever. And then we changed it over to being a true crime book club the following year. And, you know, and since then I've met so many good friends, and my friend Nikki, who we went to go visit, you know, she was from the True Crime Book Club, and she's one of my dearest friends today. And we went to meet Mel in, you know, Arizona last year and had a great time. And, you know, I just, like, from that process, I can remember when I started it because I've always wanted to be part of a book club, but my social anxiety really keeps me from walking into a library or a bookshop and sitting down and being part of a book club. Like, it's terrifying to me, right? And so I was like, at that time, that was something that I wanted to do. And so I was like, well, I'll just start an online book club. And that was how I started it. And then I ended up meeting all these people, right? And so really, yes, it's so much fun to have a true crime book club and read about these different stories and cases that I didn't know that much about, and delve deeper into the world of true crime, which is something I'm greatly interested in. But the biggest byproduct was the friendships that I made from that, you know? And that was the journey. That wasn't the destination, you know? And so, you know, for me, it's who you meet along the way, the characters that you meet, you know? It's really like the Wizard of Oz, you know? Dorothy's, she's trying to get home. That's her goal, you know? And, you know, along the way, she meets the lion and, you know, the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, and they become the greatest friends. And at the end of it, what she says is that everything she was looking for was always in her own backyard. And that's kind of the truth about all of our lives, if you really look at it, you know? I mean, yes, maybe you want to be in a movie and win an Oscar, and what does that mean for you? But what does that translate to? But isn't the greater payoff maybe not standing on a stage and winning that Oscar? I've always wanted to win the Oscar, right? But what if through the years, all the people that I met to get there and all that kind of stuff, like that's really the journey. All the characters in our lives that we meet through time and what that means and all that stuff, you know? And so that's really the destination of life, is the people that we meet and the experiences that we have along the way. I love these meditations today. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.